Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sports Zone here on AM 1380 WTYM live from the big 114 South Jefferson Street in central Armstrong County, Kittanning, Pennsylvania. You're listening to the Sports Zone. We got a good one for you today. You want to get in the zone, 724-543-13.
Hey, well, let me tell you, one bad decision, and especially one terrible decision, can and will define a lifetime. A Catholic priest who has helped hundreds of people with life problems shouldn't get a reprieve when he molests one child. A person who never touches a drop of alcohol but decides to have a few one night goes out and crashes into a person and kills them. That person shouldn't get a reprieve because it was a one-time thing. And a coach that has financially and morally bolstered a university for half of a century should not be granted a reprieve when he looks past the molestation, the abuse, and the scarring of young children. There's no excuse for that.
We're talking to Doug Buffone, former Chicago Bears linebacker, on AM 1380 WTYM, the Sports Zone. I feel bad not only for Orton, but I feel bad for Tebow because this was a guy that when they were assessing him, they said he could maybe turn into a serviceable quarterback, but it's going to take 3 to 4 years. And in the what have you done for me lately league in the NFL, there's no time for that anymore. You draft a rookie, and more than likely he's going to either start his first year, and he's guaranteed to start his second year if he doesn't do that first year. This was a guy that I think needed to take some serious time, learn the NFL game, learn under a veteran quarterback, perhaps like a Kyle Orton or someone, and be a 3 to 4 year project, and then unleash the polished product. Now the theory is don't wait for him to be polished before you put him in. Throw him to the Lions. And hopefully he polishes himself within the game speed. And we've seen this time and time again with quarterbacks like Tim Couch and David Carr, who were just thrown to the wolves their rookie year, and they ended up they had the world of talent, but they never learned the NFL game the way they should have because they were getting constantly beat up and picked off, and they didn't get to learn the game and study the game like they should have. And I have a feeling the same thing's going to happen with Tim Tebow here.
Well, you're absolutely right, John, because you don't draft a quarterback number one and let him sit on the bench.
Yeah, well, not anymore.
Not anymore. I mean, you do it the fourth round, fifth round, maybe sixth round, something like that. But no, they set him up. I mean, to play. But my point is this, though: who's in your scouting department? Who's looking at this? Who's evaluating talent?
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be guys there to say, "Hey, hold it, wait a minute." I know they changed his release and his throwing. He really worked on it, trying to change it and get it better. I don't see it. I really don't see it. But again, too, like I said, they, in their mind right now, said, well, let's give it a shot. Let's put him out there. John Elway's there. He should know better.
You would think so. A guy of John Elway's caliber can say, this kid's not ready. But, as you said, I think business trumps all. We're talking to Trib Live radio host Dom Errico on the Sports Zone AM 1380. Now, I noticed in the Hall of Fame game, the Power had some starters there. Now, the rumor was that the whole team was fired just hours before the game started. What was the story about that? Was the entire team really fired? And then why were there some original starters still at that game?
Well, here's some of the tricks with the Arena Football League. You know they use different terms. Like when they say league suspension, that might only be a week. It may not actually be an actual suspension. It's just a term that they use. They say players are assigned, reassigned, recallable reassignment. I think what happens here, because of league rules, you have to have a roster of 21 active players going into this game. Since they had to sign replacement players, they had to get rid of players. And I think what they did, just as a result, was they said, everybody's fired. And then those of you that want to play tonight are going to sign a new contract to play with the team this year. And that's why we saw players like Mike Washington, Linnell DeWalt, Enrico Hines, the backup quarterback who became the starting quarterback. You saw Brian Williams and some of the other players cross the line and come back to the team. But I think just as a result, it was just easier to say to the entire team, you're fired. And I saw online, you'll get a kick out of this one, they got fired at the Olive Garden down in Orlando.
I did see that.
I was about to say, when you're at Olive Garden, aren't you supposed to be family?
Yeah. When you hear everyone's family, apparently, unless you're an Arena League football player.